Hi kids, this is Grandma or Dama, depending on which kids you are. I'm going to read to you the Berenstain Bears and the Haunted House. We're in October now, and it's going to be Halloween soon. So this is what it looks like, and after I read this part to you, then I'll show you what the doors look like when they're open. Brother and Sister Bear are looking for their lost kitty Gracie. Did she go inside the haunted house on top of Spook Hill? They look behind the shutters. They see two yellow eyes. But it is not Gracie. What is that? Is that a bat? They open the front door. Inside, they see an old winding staircase. See, it's the door. They open it, and that's what it looks like. Kind of scary, huh? Upstairs, Brother looks for Gracie. Yikes, he says, there's someone in here. There's the door. Ah, who is it? It's them in a mirror. It's just a mirror, said Sister. Maybe Gracie is behind it. Whoops, I guess not. Okay, so. Oh, look at that. It's an old Indian statue. Inside the bedroom, Sister looks for Gracie in a cupboard. Uh-oh, she says. Gracie doesn't have 4 eyes. Let's see what this one has. Ah, look at that. Is that a kitty? No, that's 2 mice. And there's cheese that they're eating, Swiss cheese. And you know it's Swiss cheese because it has holes in it. What's behind this curtain, wonders Brother. She doesn't look very friendly. Let's get out of here. There's the curtain. Oh, it's an old picture of some old lady. And that kind of a picture is a portrait. It's a picture of a person. Is Gracie behind this very small door, says Sister. Oh dear, excuse me. That says dumbwaiter. And what that means is a little compartment that goes up and down, and it can take things from the top floor to the bottom floor, or the bottom floor up to the top floor. Oh, look at the squirrels are in there. They're having dinner. Maybe she's behind this big door, says Brother. Oh, that's a very big door. Look at that. Wow. That's another big room. And those are suits of armor. Armor is metal. Like what your car is made out of. Or your refrigerator. These suits of armor sound hollow, Sister says, knocking on one. Is anyone home? Do you know what hollow means? It means it's empty inside. There's nothing inside. It's not solid. Oh, it's a raccoon taking a bath. Wow. Maybe Gracie climbed inside one of these, says Brother. Let's take a look. Okay, that's a helmet of a suit of armor. Ah, it's an owl. I don't think that's Gracie the kitty. No, that's not Gracie the kitty. This must be the library, says Sister. I wonder what this book is. Oh, it's Frankenbear. Like Frankenstein? It's a monster story. Frankenbear. Scary. Ooh. But it's only for pretend. Maybe Gracie is hiding behind this statue, says Brother. Oops, excuse me. Okay, and there's the statue. Oh, gotta do it like this. Oh, look at that. It's a raven. Brother and Sister go into another room. Is Gracie behind this chair? Hooray, here she is, but someone else is here too. Welcome to my home, says Mrs. Grizzis. Would you like some pumpkin pie? Okay, so see, there's the pie. She's sitting in front of a fireplace. Oh, look at it. It's a nice old lady holding Gracie the cat. What a nice lady. Okay, so that's not scary at all. Brother, sister, and Gracie say goodbye to Mrs. Grizzis. She may live in a haunted house, but she is very nice. They will visit her again soon. See, it was okay. Yeah, there they are. Now they're going to go home. Yeah, they'll go home. All right, now the next book is Nighty-Night. This is for little kids. Elmo has a bunny who helps him get to sleep. The bunny's soft and comfy and never makes a peep. See? And that is called patchwork, where you have a whole bunch of different pieces of cloth sewn together like that. Patchwork. When it's time for bed, Big Bird can sleep almost anywhere, as long as he always has his favorite teddy bear. See his teddy bear and see how sleepy Big Bird's eyes are? Bert snuggles with his blankie, oh so very tight. It keeps him safe and warm all throughout the night. See? He likes his blankie. Now it's time for you to say nighty-night. What will you snuggle with as we turn out the light? Look at Cookie Monster likes to snuggle with his cookies. That's pretty cute. And I have one more tonight called Scuffy the Tugboat. And a tugboat is a boat that pulls other boats when they need to go somewhere. Okay, and here's what the first pictures look like. Scuffy was sad. Scuffy was cross. That means angry. Scuffy sniffed his blue smokestack. A toy store is no place for a red painted tugboat, said Scuffy, and he sniffed his blue smokestack again. I was meant for bigger things. Here he is, and that's his blue smokestack where the smoke comes out. He lives in a toy store. Okay, and so this is what the next pages look like. There he is in a bathtub, and there he is on a river. Perhaps you would not be cross if you went sailing, said the man with the polka dot tie who owned the shop. So one night he took Scuffy home to his little boy. He filled the bathtub with water. Sail, little tugboat, said the little boy. I won't sail in a bathtub, said Scuffy. A tub is no place for a red-painted tugboat. I was meant for bigger things. The next day, the man with the polka dot tie and his little boy carried Scuffy to a laughing brook that started high in the hills. Sail, little tugboat, said the man with the polka dot tie. See, there's the man with the polka dot tie who owns the shop, and there's his little boy. It was spring. First, I'll show you the pictures. Okay. There it is. It was spring, and the brook was full to the brim with its water. And the water moved in a hurry, as all things move in a hurry when it's spring. Scuffy was in a hurry, too. Come back, little tugboat, come back, cried the little boy as the hurrying, brimful brook carried Scuffy downstream. Brimful means full. Not I, tooted Scuffy, not I. This is the life for me. He's getting away. He wants to go out to the big wide world. He doesn't want to live in a toy store anymore. It's not big enough for him. And see, here's life along the river. Somebody's doing their laundry and the cows are drinking. Two people are doing their laundry. All that day, Scuffy sailed along with the brook. past the meadows filled with cowslips. Those are flowers. Past the women washing clothes on the bank. Do you know what a bank is? See here where the water comes up to the grass? That area of land, that land that runs right along the water is called the bank of the river. Cows came to the brook to drink. They stood in the cool water, and it was fun to sail around between their legs and bump softly into their noses. It was fun to see them drink, but when a white and brown cow almost drank Scuffy instead of the brook's cool water, Scuffy was frightened. He was scared. That was not fun. Okay, and here's what the next one looks like. There's an owl and the moon and a rabbit. Night came, and with it the moon. There was nothing to see but the quiet trees. Suddenly an owl called out, "Hoot, hoot." "Toot, toot," cried the frightened tugboat, and he wished he could see the smiling face of the man with the polka dot tie. When morning came, Scuffy was cross instead of frightened. "I was meant for bigger things, but which way am I to go?" he said. But there was only one way to go, and that was with the running water where the two brooks met to form a small river. And with the river sailed Scuffy, the red-painted tugboat. He had to go the way the water carried him. He didn't have a choice. The water carried him in a certain direction. It was running, and it carried him with it. Okay, so here there are villages, little towns called villages. And here are lumberjacks. Is that what they're calling them here? Anyway, guys who are getting logs to make wood out of, to make, that's what furniture is often made out of in houses. He was proud when he sailed past villages. "People build villages at the edge of my river," said Scuffy, and he straightened his blue smokestack. Once Scuffy's river joined a small one jammed with logs. Here were men in heavy jackets and great boots, walking about on the floating logs, trying to pry them free. "Toot, toot, let me through," demanded Scuffy, but the men paid no attention to him. They pushed the logs apart so they would drift down the river to the sawmill in the town, where the logs are cut into boards of wood. Scuffy bumped along with the jostling logs. "Ouch," he cried as two logs bumped together. See here, he's kind of caught up in the middle of the logs. And they're bumping into him, and it hurts. But he can't go any other way because that's the way the water's going. Okay, so this is the next part. Those are towns. People live. There's a bridge. See the bridge? It goes across the river. People can drive across it. "This is a fine river," said Scuffy, "but it's very busy and very big for me." Now remember, he said he wanted bigger things, but now he has bigger things. He has a bigger river, and it's kind of scary. He was proud when he sailed under the bridges. "My river is so wide and so deep that people must build bridges to cross it." The river moved through the big towns now instead of villages. Big towns, more houses, more buildings. And the bridges over it were very wide enough so that many cars and trucks and streetcars could cross all at once. Oh, those are big bridges. They take a lot of cars and traffic across. Now he's in a big town. Okay, and here we have a town, and it looks like a storm is coming up. The river got deeper and deeper. Scuffy did not have to tuck up his bottom. The river moved faster and faster. "I feel like a train instead of a tugboat," said Scuffy as he was hurried along. He was proud when he passed the old sawmill with its water wheel. But high in the hills and mountains, the winter snow melted. Water filled the brooks and rushed from there into the small rivers. Faster and faster it flowed to the great river where Scuffy sailed. Oh, now he's in a very big river. "There's too much water in this river," said Scuffy, as he pitched and tossed on the waves. Soon it will splash over the top, and what a flood there will be. Soon great armies of men came to save the fields and towns from the rushing water. The rain made too much water in the river, and it flowed over the land. The river got too full. And see, Scuffy could have a wave come over him and actually take him under the water, because he's not very big. Wow. Look at there's a flood, and those men are saving the people who are stuck, whose houses have been surrounded by water in a flood. They filled bags with sand and put them at the edge of the river. They're making higher banks for the river. They put sandbags up next to the river so the water can't flow over and go out to where the buildings are. The men built the sandbags higher and higher. Higher went the river, higher went the sandbags, because it's still raining, and so the river is getting more and more full with the rainwater. At last the water rose no more. The floodwater rushed onto the sea, and Scuffy raced along with the flood. The people and the fields and the towns were safe. See, there's even a kitten stuck in a tree. And here's Scuffy. So they were saved. Now they're really in a big place. Big city. Oh my gosh. Big buildings, big ships. Lots of people, lots of cars. On went the river to the sea. At last Scuffy sailed into a big city. Here the river widened, and all about were docks and wharves. And those are docks and wharves are wooden things that are built out into the water so that boats can come and hook up to them. So they are like walkways, kind of, or roads that are built out into the water. And see, these are them. I should probably just show you. See, these are the docks and wharves. And see how it's like a road that's built out over the water so that the boat can come right up to it. Oh, it was a busy place and a noisy place. The cranes groaned as they swung the cargoes into great ships. The porters shouted as they carried suitcases and boxes on board. Horses stamped and truck motors roared. Streetcars clanged and people shouted. Scuffy said, toot toot, but nobody noticed. This is a crane, this thing here, and it can lift heavy things like cars. See how big everything is, and it's so noisy? Okay, and the next thing that it would lead to would be the sea, the ocean, which is very, very, very big. And Scuffy cannot handle that. That would be too big for him. Uh-oh, cried Scuffy when he saw the sea. There is no beginning and there is no end to the sea. I wish I could find the man with the polka dot tie and his little boy. Just as the little red-painted tugboat sailed past the last piece of land, a hand reached out and picked him up. And there was the man with the polka dot tie with his little boy beside him. See, here he is about to go out to the sea, because that's the way the water's going. And then he gets really lucky. And there's where the man with the polka dot tie grabs him, and now he's safe. Scuffy is home now with the man with the polka dot tie and his little boy. He sails from one end of the bathtub to the other. This is the place for a red-painted tugboat, says Scuffy, and this is the life for me. Have you ever wanted to go out into the world and not have your mommy and daddy telling you what to do? Just go, run away and just go wherever you want and do whatever you want. Well, that's what happened here, but it didn't work out very well because you're not ready yet. See, a little tugboat, just like a little child, it's not ready yet. You need your mommy and daddy to take care of you until you're a grown-up. And so now Scuffy, it was pretty scary. Some of the things he went through were scary, but now he's back home and he's safe and he's good there until he grows up and he can handle bigger places and bigger things. So that's a pretty good book. Okay, well, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.